to my YouTube channel. It is your girl Sika J, and today I am super excited because I decided that I was gonna cover a controversial talking point, something that has been heavily discussed on social media. I want to say like in the last 6 months it has become like super prevalent, and I'm excited because this is my first time stepping out of my comfort zone and kind of speaking on social issues. So yes, so with that being said, today's topic is 50-50. Should a woman be going 50-50 with a man if she is in a relationship? So there's so much to be unpacked about this topic. It's so many different perspectives, and it's so many different situations that people have experienced that leads them to think the way that they think about certain issues, especially with the topic of going 50-50 with a man that you're in a relationship with. Okay, so let's start off with this point. Okay, so going 50-50 with a man, when I heard go 50-50 with a man, I just automatically assume that we're doing 50-50 split as far as, financially, bringing the money into the household, 50-50 split on the bills, 50-50 split on the food, 50-50 split on vacations, 50-50 split, on outings, things of that nature. Now, when other people explain what 50-50 is to them, that varies. But when I hear 50-50, that's what I automatically assume, people are talking about. So, with me, what do I think about going 50-50? So me personally, I don't have an issue per se with the concept of going 50-50 with your partner, whether that be your husband, your boyfriend, domestic partnership, however you would like to, put it. I feel like in today's society, money is not the same. And then you can see right now it's prevalent the fact, inflation, things are increasing, rent, mortgage, food, just cost of living day-to-day life. Everything is increasing. Everything is more expensive. The one thing that is not increasing is wages, obviously. So I can see how being 50-50 would be more of a practical approach for a lot of people because, incomes aren't the same. Like, back in the day, if we use that as a reference, things were different. It was easy for a man to be a sole provider in a sense because the money that was coming in was sufficient to sustain life. Bills weren't as expensive, property wasn't as expensive, caring for kids wasn't as expensive as it is today. And of course, so the social media aspect of it all wasn't there as well. So being able to provide for a household was a lot easier. I mean, we have seen it done with our grandparents and, generations before, where they were able to raise 6, 7, 8 children on the man's income. That doesn't seem to be the case now. It's very difficult to raise one child on a 6-figure income, honestly, because things are just so expensive. And, take into account that most people want nothing but the best for their children. You had to think about daycare, food, if they want to go to college, do you want them to have a car when they're 16? Things of that nature has to be taken to account as well, when family planning. So as far as the practicality of 50-50, it makes sense. And then, I brought up this topic before when I was speaking, me and my friends were having a discussion. 50-50 makes sense versus, paying 100. You know what I'm saying? If your rent is $1,100, but you have a man that you're with that you're doing 50-50 with, you're paying $550. That leaves you with $550 more in your pocket to put money, allocate money elsewhere. So from a practicality standpoint, I definitely understand the 50-50 concept. Now, with the 50-50 concept, as far as how you should, I don't want to, say the wrong thing, how you should conduct yourself in a relationship. I have heard a lot of unreasonable things from my perspective. So one of those unreasonable things is that you want a woman to go 50-50 with you, but you also want her to cook 100% of the meals. You also want her to care for the children. And you also want her to care for the household. That's not gonna work. To me, that's not practical. And that's not 50-50. If you want to argue the concept of being 50-50, 50-50 would be a split down the middle. That means the household work, that means caring for the children, that means you do the laundry half the time, you cook the meals half the time. That's what 50-50 is across the board. You can't tell me that you want your wife or your girlfriend to split 50-50 on the bills and then do 100% of the housework and care for the children 100% of the time. No, that's not going to work. And I feel like that's where a lot of women and men don't see eye to eye. I think a lot more women would be open to the concept of 50-50 if they knew exactly that they wouldn't be carrying majority of the load doing the household duties. That's what a lot of women have an issue with. It's no way that you want me to pay 50% of the bills, but you want me to do 100% of the household duties as well. If you're working 40 hours a week, I'm working 40 hours a week, I'm contributing 50% to the household, you're contributing 50% to the household as far as financially. There's no absolute way I am going to agree to do 100% of the house duties to take care of the children 100% of the time. I feel like that is absolutely unreasonable. And then you throw in the factor of femininity. That's been a big thing too. Well, a woman should be naturally submissive, and if she's not naturally submissive, then she's not feminine. Even if a man is an average earner, he should still get a feminine, submissive woman. I don't necessarily agree nor disagree with that topic, because I think that femininity is based on, what that person in the relationship views as feminine. Of course, certain attributes you would connect as a feminine attribute, but at the same time, what my husband may view as me being feminine may not be what another man views his wife as being as a feminine, trait. For example, wearing makeup may be feminine to one man, but then wearing makeup may make one man feel like you're lying about what your true appearance is. So to me, it just varies. So I don't feel like that is a valid argument to be like, oh, if you're not, submissive in a relationship, then that's not being feminine. And with this topic, I feel like the feminine aspect is automatically somehow interjected into the 50-50 narrative. So a lot of times when men want to argue the fact of doing 50-50 and having a submissive wife, if she's not automatically submissive, then she's not viewed as feminine. And I completely disagree with that. And I do understand, I do align with the sentiments that you have to be able to give me something to submit to. A lot of times in these relationships, as a woman, of course we mature, faster than men, but at the same time, most women are dating men that are around the same age as them. So, you're 24, you might be dating a 24, 25, 26-year-old. That is around your age range. So most of the time, a 25-year-old woman is with a 25-year-old man, the man is not as mature. So you would like for this woman to be submissive to you, but what sort of leadership roles are you displaying for her to be submissive to? You have to have plans and goals and things that you have in the works, and be able to explain to me what's going on in order for me to just completely submit to you and follow in your footsteps and your leadership. You cannot have a person in a submissive role, a subservient role, and you're not, displaying a leadership role. It doesn't make sense. I would be giving you, free range to make decisions for us as a unit, but you can't explain to me exactly what direction we're going in. That doesn't make sense to me. So I do feel like the submissive and the feminine, argument, I do believe it's some validity to it to a certain extent, but you have to see it from the female's perspective at the same time. No one is going to be completely submissive and subservient to a person if they're not seeing what the plans are. The plans are not being executed and they don't feel safe within the plan. So I think that is a lot of issue as well when it comes to 50-50 and just being in relationships in general. You have to make your partner feel secure and make a woman feel as if she can submit to you and she's going to be okay. Because if I am in a role to where I feel like you want me to submit to you and what you want me to do, but I don't feel secure and safe, then I cannot be fully submissive to you. And if I am going to be submissive to you, I would be resentful because I'm not understanding and I'm not feeling secure in that, relationship. So with the 50-50 topic, it's so much to unpack about it. And I do want to get a dialogue started so we can build on the conversation, because, I feel like it is pros and cons to a 50-50 relationship, but I do feel like there's so many concerns, especially as a woman, and of course I'm going to identify with women because I am a woman, about a 50-50 type of situation. Because I feel like, when you say 50-50 and you want to be in a 50-50 partnership or relationship or marriage, it doesn't really pan out to be truly solely 50-50. And I think that's the issue as well. And I think another issue that comes with the 50-50 narrative and a 50-50 conversation is that a lot of men want to do 50-50 split financially, but they don't want to do the 50-50 split as far as like the housework and taking care of the children, as well as on top of that, they want you to be submissive and subservient to them. And I just feel like in that sort of position as a woman, that is a very unsettling position. It's not a position that feels secure. It's not a position that feels appreciated or validated. So I completely understand why a lot of people wouldn't be on board with a 50-50 relationship or a 50-50 partnership. But from a practicality standpoint, I do understand why 50-50 relationships are important, and why a lot of people do practice being in 50-50 relationships, and why it does make sense in a lot of cases. So I want you guys to get down in the comments and let me know what you think. Let's build on the conversation and the topics. I want to hear what your perspective is. Do you think that a 50-50 partnership is good? Do you see the pros? Do you see the cons? And what do you think people should do moving forward when they're in a 50-50 relationship, or a 50-50 relationship is propositioned to them? So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope to make more content like this, and I'll see you guys in my next one.